Hello and welcome to Accelerate to Profits with Virtual Events. I'm Justina Nielsen, your host, and today I have a very special guest for you, Elaine Williams. Elaine is a visibility and confidence coach, speaker, author, and comedian. Welcome, Elaine. Hi, please tell us more about you.
Justina, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and to talk with you.
Yes, please tell us who you are and who do you help and with what?
Okay, so I am a video and visibility coach, a confidence coach, speaker, author, and comedian. And I love helping women, business owners, a few smart men and mostly women who are, they're cruising in their business and they know like it's time to be more visible. And either they've tried video and they didn't like it, or they've done it and it was just painful, or they keep like getting ready to get ready. Those are my special people.
Yes,
Right.
ready to get ready. Yes.
Right. And I also use my humor, my comedian asset. I grew up performing, so I use that when I'm coaching and teaching and pulling content out of people, because I feel when we can relax and laugh, we're brilliant.
Yes.
We're stressed out and like, that's when we get blocked. So
I love that. That's a great reminder. Thank you. I am one of those getting ready to get ready.
Yes.
So truth bomb, everyone. I have been building summits for 3 years and have never had my own. This is my first one. Elaine was the first speaker to say yes. So I'm so excited.
I'm so honored.
Woo! Yes, I've seen you before. Talking about confidence on camera, and I really am very excited that you're here. And please tell us, when people come to you, do they come to you with a specific need? Like, I want to build something, I want to create something, or is it just in general, do they want to be more confident?
No, this is a great question. So I've worked with all different kinds of people, but at the end of the day, we all want to be confident and we want to feel free. And the biggest fear is we don't like how we look or sound, or we don't know what to say. And then what's underneath that is a fear of looking foolish. And so I love helping people with that, because even though I've been performing my entire life, I still had body issues. I was bulimic for 12 years with period of anorexia. I had 3 addictions. I'm an assault survivor. So I've had some shame and stuff to work through. So who better to help you with your shame, right? And we all have that. I talk about this all the time. I can teach you how to put light towards your face. You want to have the camera above your eyes. It's more flattering. You don't want to have anything too crazy in your background. I can talk to you all day long about color, blah, blah, blah. But if you have internal blocks, you're not going to keep making videos unless I'm with you, dragging you up the mountain. So I work with people about those inside blocks, as well as here's some basic skills and tools.
Yeah, so you're really, now I can see how you're a coach, confidence coach, not just like, have to be on camera person, because yes, I can relate to that. Of course, I don't like the way I sound. Of course, I don't I don't like anything because it's not necessarily how I see myself authentically on the inside, right?
Right.
And it's staring at you.
Right. And so I love that you said that. So I have a joke that I'm really a transformational coach. I just happen to do it through video and speaking. And one of the things I talk a lot about is connecting with your why and coming from the inside out. Because if you think about it, whenever we step into something new, a new arena like public speaking, like stand-up comedy, or like making videos, we feel self-conscious, right? So we're like, oh, my hair, oh, yeah, I lipstick on my teeth. We can't help it because we're focused on ourselves. And so one of the things I work with my clients on is, can you get grounded in your why? What is your mission? Are you here to make the world a better place? If you're an entrepreneur, yes. Right. And so my mission is to help heal the world, one story, one video, one joke at a time. And I need a whole crew of people to help me. So when I come from that place, I help the helpers. I help people like Justina and my business coach like Noreen. And I love doing that. then when I'm tapped into that, I'm not so worried about, oh gosh, because some people aren't into curly hair. Some people are going to think I talk too fast or I'm too intense. That's cool, whatever. But that's one reason we were going to talk about this too, Justina, is, video can be so daunting, right? Because it's transparent. And I get that.
You see everything, not just me, but my background too.
Yes. So many people are afraid of it. And so once you build the muscle, it's so worth it though, because it's the way for people to get to know, like, and trust you. This is how we share information. In the old days, you used to mail out your headshots. Now we just share a link. Check out this link, check this person out. And so when you are willing to share who you are, who you help, what you do, and what makes you uniquely qualified, people can then self-select. And I'd rather have a small group of engaged people vibing with me than a huge list of people that are like, well, I don't know, her hair drives me crazy in the summer or whatever, So that's one reason I love talking video. And it doesn't have to always be video. You can do montages. You can share a story. You can have somebody else on your team. There's just a million ways to work on being more visible.
I love it. So what I'm hearing you say is, first of all, there's many different ways, which is awesome, right? Because you can do reels, you can show up in different ways. But yes, it's not a joke that you're a transformational coach, because as soon as you started talking about overcoming your limited beliefs, you sounded like my transformational coach. So, I mean, this is the work, right? This is the inner work, no matter what you call it, that we get to do in order to overcome this. And for me, like, I can't say that I have overcome or I'm confident.
We froze for a second. Oh, here you are. Okay.
So I can't say, I can say that I'm confident on camera yet, but I'm building the muscle. Like, I'm doing it anyway. I'm not confident on camera. I hate it. I don't like it. But the reason why I'm reminding myself of exactly what you said, I'm not doing this for me, right? So I help purpose-driven entrepreneurs. So I help the helpers as well, right? So I help coaches who then help other people, and I help others. So I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for the speakers to present their genius to the world, and 2, for the audience who get to have help along their own journey. So when I think of that, I get over myself and I get on camera, it pulls even without makeup.
It pulls you forth. And here's, I'll just share a couple of things. So, my background, I grew up performing. So there's a part of me, I'm still vain. I get my hair colored. I'm 54. I got silver coming in. I got wrinkles, but then I remind myself, I'm not auditioning for the ingenue roles anymore. Most of my clients are 40 and up anyway. So it's not about being perfect. It's about putting your best foot forward so that you feel good. And then once you feel like, you know what, I'm used to this because I practiced with my accountability buddy. I did a video every day with my friend. And I got used to, this is how I sound. We are not used to how we sound because it reverberates in our ears and our skulls differently. So part of it is getting used to, this is how I sound. Now, when I warm up, I'm speaking more on my breath, I can come across a little lower and tap into my vocal authority. What happens is when we get nervous, sometimes we go up here and that's irritating and nobody wants to sound
speak really fast like me.
Right. So that's why breathing. So everybody take a deep breath right now. One of the best things you can do for your nerves is to plant your feet on the floor, sit on the edge of your chair as if you were going to stand up and feel rooted down and take deep belly breaths. This is one of the best ways that you can speak from your heart and your gut versus, hi, I'm so excited to be here, right? Nobody wants to hear that. We like to hear people who are tapped into their vocal authority. So that's one of the things I teach.
Vocal authority. I've never heard of
vocal authority. If you think about it, we elect people who have deeper resonant voices.
Oh yeah.
I have helped many a client tap into their bodies again, because when we get nervous, we leave our bodies. That's a whole nother one woman show. But so I know, Justina, you had wanted me to talk about there are 4 phases that people go through. And this is one
Yes.
of the reasons, and this is like the $1 million tip, okay?
Right. Yes. Why do people trust us? How do we build their
Why? Right.
trust? Why do they buy from us? And how to
Right.
trust us?
Right. So we want to work with people we know, like, and trust. Have you ever come across something and you're like, oh, this sounds really cool. I better Google them to make sure it's not a scam. Yeah, we do that all the time, right? And so when people first come across you and they don't know you, the first, and this is all unconscious, this happens in our subconscious, is who is this person? Can I trust them? We're in that stranger danger, right? And so that's why we want to be congruent, right? Like if I said, hi, I'm Elaine, welcome to my YouTube channel. And then the very next video, I had blue hair and I'm smoking and I'm like, hey, that would be incongruent. Right?
Correct. Incongruent, and it causes like this dissonance in my mind.
Disconnect.
Yeah, disconnect that's so subconscious. I'm not even always aware of it, but I just know there's something there. Like it didn't, I'm always looking for confirmation. Oh yeah, it's the same person, it's the same. When there's something that's not even different colors, different appearance, whatever, all of a sudden like, oh, I retreat from my trust.
Right. Yes. Or like I had I met this young man and he seemed lovely, but he told me he was making like X amount of money every month from what he was doing. Meanwhile, he clearly is like living in his childhood bedroom, and I just thought, if you're really making thousands or millions, I think you would have so.
Right. And if you're not truthful about that, what else are you not truthful about? Right.
And so
this is what kind of raises the doubt.
Right. So the first thing you want to be is you want to be congruent. You want to be giving value. That does not mean you have to be perfect, but you want to be authentic and share your credibility. Now, this is one of my favorite things to do. I call it the cascading credibility. So if I say, hi, my name's Elaine, and I've been on SNL, and I've been on America's Got Talent, and I've coached 1 million people, like boring, who cares? That there's too much credibility. This woman has way too much she cares way too much about herself. I'm gone. But if I say, hi, are you here because you want to get more confident on camera? My name's Elaine, and I've been on America's Got Talent, HBO, SNL, and tons of other things. But let's talk about you and what's blocking you from being your most confident. So I just demonstrated, but I call that a cascading credibility because I'm saying it quickly, but it's kind of like I'm dropping the mic. I am subtly, I've done some stuff, but I'm not, who cares? In a way, who cares?
Yeah, I'm not here to brag about me. I'm here to tell you why I'm the best person to help you.
Right. And so I started out as a motivational speaker in the early 2000s. And what happens with a lot of motivational speakers, we accidentally fall in love with our own story. I've been through so much and I've overcome this, which is great, but get on with it. Okay. So you've overcome a lot. And how can you help these people? So I call that, cascading credibility. So that's another super tip. So you're dropping some credits or dropping a few of the things that give you credibility, but you're not making it that big of a deal because your intention is you want to say, hey, I'm Elaine and I do blah, 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 blah. And then you want to bring it back to your viewer. So that's like the number one marketing mistake. So
I got it.
Back to the 4 stages. So the first stage is trust. Can I trust this person? Are they credible? Are they saying, do they match what they're saying, right? Then the next unconscious, subconscious question is, do I trust their work, right? So, so this person seems pretty cool. Tony Robbins, he's been around. I've heard of him. Okay, this guy does seem like he's a pretty kind of big motivator. Okay, but let me check out his work in case you've been under a rock and you don't know who Tony Robbins is, right? So that's why we have social proof. That's when we show testimonials, or you say, oh, my clients love it when we've gone this, or my client went from never doing video to doing an international book tour. This was before COVID. Another one of my clients was really stiff and awkward. I got her to loosen up, and then she went to speak for NASA.
Wow.
So I'm giving case studies. I'm talking about, yes, the work works. So that's stage 2, right? So you've begun to trust me, and now you're starting to hear the work trusts you, right?
Yes.
So then the next stage is, but will this work for me? Right? So like, oh, all these people are happy and they're jumping around doing Tony Robbins, or all these people have done Elaine's programs, but what if it's not going to work for me? So that's when, as a thought leader, entrepreneur, business owner, you get to keep sharing your credibility, keep telling another case study, keep giving value, right? Saying, hey, you know what, today or this week, we're going to talk about how to tell stories. And next week, we're going to talk about how to craft a case study. Well, you've probably already done it, but you didn't realize it, or whatever. So you're establishing value, and you keep remembering to bring in this person.
Yes.
Right.
How it's worked for them.
And for some people, this takes a day, and for some people, this takes 3 years, right? Can I trust this person? Does their work really work?
Yes.
Will it work for me? And then the final stage, this is the keys to the queendom, is, do I trust myself to do the work that's necessary? Right? Because we've all done it where we signed up for something. This is a great idea. I'm going to write 3 books in 3 days, or whatever it is. As entrepreneurs, we love the bright, shiny penny. Yes. I am still working on overcoming that, right? We love it. And so, you know, as an entrepreneur, summit leader, thought leader, whatever, part of your job is to obviously keep giving value, keep enrolling them, but saying, this time it's going to be different because I really care. Because I'm the kind of coach, if you don't come to class, I text you, hey, are you coming to class? What do you need? Are you stuck? Because I like to keep my group programs small, because I don't want you to hide anymore. And I know how scary it can feel to step out. So I'm going to hold your hand while I'm kicking your butt a little bit. That's my style, you know?
Yes.
Because I mean, yes, we all need to make money, but I'm more interested in impact and helping people get their work out there. And so, you know, and a lot of times this happens to Sina, where people get really big and they lose that personal touch. And I truly hope that never happens for me, because I'm really, nobody's left behind. You know, if you work with me, I'm gonna stalk you and call you, and, you know, you probably will show up, but, you know, we all have stuff happen. But so that's that 4th key. So do I trust this person? Do I trust their work? Will it work for me? And do I trust myself to do the work? And so that is all these underlying things we get to address.
Yes.
Now, obviously, you can do this with, you can post, you can do static posts, you can do emails, you can do Zoom jams. Like, there's lots and lots of ways to do this. And I'm not saying video is the only way. However, I'm saying that video is one of the most effective ways.
Yes.
And so, you know, people can be watching your videos, going to your YouTube channels and checking out who you are, what you do, what you stand for, so that they're getting to know, like, and trust you before they ever get on the phone or Zoom with you.
Yes, I love that. Yes. So for our audience, for the summit builders and event builders, think about it this way. If you know you have a summit coming up in 3 months, like, start getting visible now. Like, even before you approach your speakers, start being visible now, because that way, by the time you're approaching your speakers, they can look at your social media content, your emails, whatever, and see, oh, look, you've been showing up, you're consistent. They can start trusting you, because speakers also get to trust you, right? It's not just the audience, it's both, it goes both ways. So I love that.
Absolutely. And, you know, and here's the thing, people go, I don't, you know, if you really don't like your hair, go get it done. Don't let that be an excuse. Go get a makeover. I have an amazing friend, Gail Scott, who does image consulting. She's fabulous.
You
know, like, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the courage to change the things I can. It's one of my favorite prayers in the whole world. So if there's something that you really don't like about yourself, you can shift it. And remember, thank goodness, like from the waist down, you don't have to worry about it, right?
Yes.
Now, and with the right angle and lighting, you've lost 10 pounds anyway. So don't let that be an excuse,
Yes.
And then the other thing is that, I don't know if this is the right time. I was going to invite them to my confidence on camera checklist.
Anytime. This is a great segue. Yes, please. I hear that you have a gift for our audience. What is it?
Yes. So I know it can be overwhelming when you're trying something new to remember everything I'm saying or Justina and stuff. So I have this awesome confidence on camera checklist that if you go to captivatethecrowd.com, you can sign up and get the confidence on camera checklist, and you can print it out and you can put it in your bathroom, at your desk, in your car, wherever you might be shooting video. And it just will help you remember, the millions of little tips I've already mentioned, but it's all right there in one place. So no excuses.
Yes, I love it. And the link is on Elaine's speaker page. So we'll make sure that we also put it in the emails. One last thing, I hear you're a comedian, and I know we talked to before this interview, and I hear like one of your favorite things is fun and instilling fun. So let's just say now we've built trust. We have people at our event, people are showing up. Like, how can we make something fun that I don't know, I guess I haven't considered making it fun.
I love that. And what I have found is, because I like to use fun, it's part of my brand, it's part of who I am. And a lot of entrepreneurs don't want fun. They're like, I need money, I need clients.
We don't think we want fun. We want fun. We don't know we want fun.
Right. We want fun, but we don't really, right. And so what I have found, and ask me how I know, like, I believe that we teach what we need to know on a whole other level.
Yes.
And so when I first moved to New York City to pursue theater, I got sober at the same time, which was a crazy intense time. And so I was very much like, I got to make up for lost time. And casting directors and agents kept saying, you need to lighten up. You need to take some improv, try some stand-up comedy, because you're funny. And I was like, I am, I was so intense. And what I have found, it was the best training in the world to becoming an entrepreneur. And I love stand-up comedy. I started doing it in 2008 and 2009. And then I've had the good fortune of being able to tour, and I've spoken and performed all over America and Canada and Australia. And one of the things I learned is that just trying to have a little more fun in your business, especially if there's something you're like, and so you may be like, okay, Elaine, how the heck do I do that? So 5 minutes of comedy, start watching, go on YouTube, watch America's Funniest Home Videos. Those, even though it's always the dad getting hit by the baseball bat by the kid, right? But yeah. I still laugh every time. Whenever I'm getting ready for a big show, I will watch something like that because it puts me in a good state.
Ooh, I love it. Raising the vibrations. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you can put a picture on front of your camera of your cat doing something stupid, like whatever it is that makes you laugh. I love Lucy, and because I think it's so important. One of my mentors talks about blissing in your business. And so couldn't you bring some fun, even if you teach something like bookkeeping, you can make fun of it. Like, hey, welcome to Bookkeeping 101. I know you couldn't wait to come learn about numbers today. Everybody take a deep breath. Like, if you could poke fun at it a little bit, it's unexpected. And here's the thing. Your audience is not expecting you to be funny or even lighthearted, right? We're like, oh, we got to go to this thing. So if you can make fun of yourself or something or tell a funny story, they will appreciate it. Yeah. And it's a very different crowd than if you're at a comedy show and people are like, make me laugh.
Right.
Very different. And you don't even have to tell jokes if that terrifies you. You can be a shepherd of good humor. Obviously, you want
A
to be
shepherd
careful
of
these
good
days,
humor.
not to offend, right? So nothing religious, nothing misogynistic, nothing too dirty. You want to be careful, but there's lots of ways to bring some levity and lightness, which makes it more palatable, right?
Yes, it's always safe to make fun of yourself, I think. You know what I mean? As long as you're not
Yes.
comparing about other people. So I love that. And what I also love using humor for, now that you say that, is, when you go live on your show, if you have a live summit or virtual summit, anything can happen. Just like on
Yes.
live TV, except that's normally delayed. Zoom is not delayed, it is live, and stuff happens. And it's really how you handle the oops that really shows your character, builds trust in your people, and what you say, trust and being relatable, right? So I had
Yes.
someone where, okay, I'm going to share, this is really quick. It was my first time to be live in this summit, and I was so nervous I would forget my own bio. So I put on a sticky note, okay, and I put it on my laptop next to the camera so it doesn't look like I'm reading, right? So it's here, except
Right?
I did this.
Oh no.
And because it was a virtual background, it looked like I disappeared as a Houdini because there was still a beach behind me, but I was gone and I was talking.
That's
for good
hilarious.
for a good few seconds. But guess what? And then we all started laughing, and the whole mood of the show changed. Because I'm like, I just want to let you know, I was very nervous about this. This is what happened. And everyone's like, haha, this is funny. And all of a sudden everyone started, and the whole mood of the show and everyone else participating and engaging, and it just started to be fun. So I can see that.
It is so amazing. And in comedy, we call that like acknowledging what is so, right? So like you're in the middle, and jokes are so, it's all about the timing. And so if somebody drops a tray of drinks, it's better to say, oh, just put that anywhere, than you acknowledge what just happened versus plowing ahead. So I love that you did that. And again, it's sharing who you are and being authentic, not perfect.
Yes.
And this is counterintuitive, Justina, because the minute I think, oh, I'm going to speak, I think, oh, I have to wear my Spanx. Oh God, and it's counterintuitive because we want to be perfect because we know we're going to be judged a little bit. But the best way to create rapport and relatability is to be authentic, which can feel so scary, but that's where the juice is.
Yes.
And so, the people that I attract, they tell me, Elaine, you're so vulnerable. You're so authentic.
You are.
And, that's part of my brand. I am not perfect, but I work on getting 1% better every day, in every area of my life. Do I make mistakes daily? Yes. Oh my God, but I'm always thinking, what can I learn? What can I learn? And anything that I am learning and healing, I then think, how can I share this with my clients?
I love that. So let's say someone is like, yes, Elaine, I need you to be my confidence coach. Do you have a special offer or any way to for all folks to start working with you?
Well, I do, Justina. I have just for your special listeners on this show. I have a special VIP one-on-one that I don't offer this anywhere else, but anybody who is working on a summit or a show or just wants to brush up, I'm willing to do a special one-on-one recording session with you for $97. Normally a VIP is $12.97, but for Justina, I'm willing to do it for $97. We can meet on Zoom. We can go over your script. I can talk you through a warm up. We can work on your talking about what I talked about, the 3 levels of trust. We can work on a TED Talk, whatever you are working on. I guarantee you will leave with a recording and notes and content, and it will rock your world.
It's amazing. I'm hiring you. I need my video script. This is amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today. What a pleasure. And you're so knowledgeable and funny and like relatable. I can already see how I can incorporate some of the way you
thank you.
My videos. Thank you for showing up today.
It was my pleasure. And then can I just leave? May I say one thing?
Yes, I was going to invite you after this, so please leave us with some parting words.
I keep jumping the gun.
No, perfect. I'm like, please tell us some golden nuggets. Yes.
Okay. So here's what I want and I have goosebumps. I'm so passionate about this. Nobody does it like you. Nobody. Sometimes I think, oh my gosh, there's so many video coaches, but nobody's doing it like me. And nobody is doing whatever you're doing like you. And especially if you have come from the school of hard knocks, and who hasn't, right? We want to know a version of that story. We want to know what makes you uniquely qualified. I truly believe that entrepreneurs are the future of the world. We are the ones who get out there and innovate. We are the ones that can pivot quickly when things like the pandemic happen. We are the ones that start nonprofits and charities and give. And so just know that you are special and unique, and you have so much value to give. And I want you to remember that as you're building your business or your summit or whatever, because sometimes it can feel like you're getting a lot of rejection or no's, but that has nothing to do with your value and your special sauce. So your job is to go out there and shine and share your heart and your gift, and trust that you will keep growing and your people will find you. And I wish you all good things. And thank you so much for having me.
I had goosebumps and now you have me crying. Thank you. That rang through. Thank you.